Hey guys, today I'll be answering the question of why did someone asked like why did I let them mentally abuse me for 6 years? This is because once you get out of the relationship, you are able to ask yourself this question of why did I actually allow this to happen? And it's not from the point of even self-blame, it's just from the point of it doesn't make sense, right? Actually, there's only one answer. When you are doing something, when you are doing something in that present moment, you cannot see beyond that thing. So when you were in that relationship, for 1 year, 2 years, you could not see an alternative because it's something which was become so familiar, and anything which becomes familiar becomes like bed and breakfast. Like it's just something you do. If it's you taking all those kind of abusive words from them, taking it, you just get used to it, and it doesn't matter if something is painful or not. As long as you are in it in that moment, you can't see another alternative. That's why. So when you get out, you end up now asking yourself why, because you are out of it. I think there's a saying which says that you can't see the forest for the trees. Like when you're in the forest, you cannot really know you're in a forest. But once you get out of it, and you'll now be able to see the forest. Same thing. When you are in it, you're not able to really see what's really happening because it's just waking up in the morning. You've gotten used to it. It's familiar. The mind is gotten used to it. The mind has gotten used to the physical abuse, the emotional abuse, the verbal abuse. And when you've gotten really used to something, it takes a lot of pain, or it takes a different perspective, or you getting lucky and meeting someone else who explains you these things, or you leaving for you to really see what was happening. That's why once someone leaves the relationship, you may end up feeling really bad about yourself, or really blaming yourself, because now you are coming back to your senses. You are coming back to logic. Like, how can someone stay in these things? And that is why sometimes it can be so painful when you end up revisiting these instances by yourself, because you may blame yourself, you may re-traumatize yourself, or you may hate yourself or berate yourself because you are starting to remember the things you push aside. And you pushed aside those things in the relationship to survive, of course. But now, because you are out of it, you are able to analyze everything. That's why once you get out of it, seek help to deal with the pain. Because without seeking help, you may end up analyzing the why. And once you analyzing the why you stayed, sometimes you may just end up feeling so hopeless and powerless because you are still living in that past. So instead of analyzing the why did you let yourself, and then now blaming yourself, the best question is you can ask yourself is, what can I learn from this? Like, what can I learn from my past abusive relationship? Is it that I look for so much in a relationship? Is it that I look for some validation in other people because I don't validate myself? Is it that I'm looking for this love from others, and deep inside I don't really feel that I have it in me? So analyze it from the perspective of learning from it, not the whying yourself. Because once you why yourself, you may end up getting really stuck, and also coming up with excuses, berating yourself, blaming yourself, and that may keep you stuck. So when you are in something, you cannot really see an alternative. It is the best alternative in that moment. That's just one thing to take away from this. If I'm doing something now, and then next week I'm like, why did I do that? I just have to remind myself like, hey, there was nothing. I didn't know any better. Yes, I might have known something else, but in that moment I was doing it, I felt that I had an option. And don't get stuck so much on the analysis. Just look at now, like, what are you doing now to make things better for you? What are you doing now to improve your boundaries, to look for that job, to build yourself a better life, or to become more self-reliant? Or what are you doing to get healthy relationships? Until next time, guys, have a nice day.